All right. All praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Bashem,
Hashem,
Josh.
Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the honors to all the brothers pushing this truth out in sincerity. All right. So we're just gonna go on the prophecies, man. There's prophecies dealing with this MOTB and various other things that's going on. That's about to happen. You know. So yeah, could I get Job? Oh, you got it already. Look,
Mm-hmm.
all right, Job 5 and 12.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty.
That's right.
So,
So all right, that's he disappointed the devices of the crafty. The Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. The devices is the plots and the schemes of that Esau, the elites, the banking families, their devices and schemes to bring about their new world order. It's going to further explain. All right, out.
it says, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and the wicked, the elite is ruling. The elite, the so-called white man Esau, and the leader of them is Amalek. And they're the top banking families. All right, it's 13 of them. All right, the main ones is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and on down the list. They be changing their names, but the key ones is the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. That's their new world order. All right, it's gonna be like a global takeover. All right, and that's their new world order, and they plan on having people marked up with that charagma, that tracking device, which is going to be a monetary device also. And as of right now, it's not mandatory nationwide and worldwide, but it will be. And then after that, whoever doesn't get it, they're going to be put to death. The elect is not going to get it. Some of the elect are going to be martyrs. I'm jumping the gun, but this is the time we're in, because right now you can't even say certain things. You have to speak in code, because that's showing you that's the wicked is ruling things. And that's showing, if it was a lie that we was talking about, Esau let it rock. But being that it's the truth coming out, he's trying to suppress and stop the truth from coming out, because the elect is being woken up, you know, and then he's being exposed through the men of the Lord, starting with the apostles, the bishops, the elders, on down the ranks. The men of the Lord is exposing him on a daily basis, man, hourly basis, all around the clock. It's different time zones, all right? You got GMT time, you got UTC -5. Those are certain time zones in the world. Every time zone, this man is being exposed. We're not giving him no rest. So I don't want to keep blabbering. You have something out?
Nah, you good. There
All
was a
right.
saying. There was a saying in the world that says, you know who's in power or rulership, the ones you cannot criticize.
Yeah.
And
Can't
based off,
criticize. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
now you good based off a process of elimination. You can't criticize the 1948ers.
Oh yeah, though. Them people.
Yeah,
Them people. Yeah.
you can't
Them people.
criticize them.
You can't question their what is the word called, authenticity?
Hmm.
Who they are. I mean, like, yo, what? I'm speechless, man. But you could tell they're the wicked, because a light is shining on them, so they're gonna scatter. All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so
Yep.
that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So the Lord is going to, the Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he's going to disappoint their devices, their schemes and plots to bring about their new world order, like to fully implement it, meaning they're not going to rule forever. Soon as they think they have everything, and those that sanction to get chipped are chipped, that's when the
Mhm.
Lord going to move on them. All right.
This is the same. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize.
That's right. And that's by Voltaire. He has a lot of quotes and sayings. All right. Um, and I believe
Mhm.
they mention him a lot in that book. Forgive me if I'm wrong, 48 Laws of Power. All right. But yeah, so it says to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That's showing who's in rulership because people lose their jobs, their livelihood, their lives,
Bank accounts.
their banks, their bank accounts, their brokers, meaning wherever their funds is, it starts to vanish in thin air. You get me? Why? Because that's the so-called white man. That's showing he's in rulership because wealth shouldn't just vanish like that without any army invading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's not true wealth. Which it was this dude, he used to do, it was sort of like an exposed videos. He used to mention all these celebrities, how they gotta bend over on a casting couch and certain things where he was mentioning that their money is like could be taken real quick, or when they try to withdraw a lot of money, that's when them people call them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was. I don't know if I have it on flash drive, but he mentioned years ago, this dude, he was a Jake. He used to mention how the boule and all of that, they'll come knocking or give them a call if they was a withdraw 20 million or 30 million and say, is everything okay? Because if you they want to be able to trust you, and if you like they want to make sure like they could track your funds, so they could just take them if you act up. They don't want you prepping and having resources somewhere stored. You know what I mean?
Right.
To that effect. But I went a little off, but basically those that's in the world can't speak out. You can't speak out against them. Only the men of the Lord can speak out against them because the angels are protecting the men of the Lord. All right.
Right.
Anybody else, man, they would have sent the Jekylls in. Those hits would have went out. That's why I like that show on Kaleidoscope or whatever it's called on Netflix. They had a scene where they said, "Yo, if you basically it was the elites on that show. It was three of them. There's like if you pissed them off, somebody might brush up against you outside, and you wind up dropping dead, showing like
Mm.
they could do a hit on you and make it seem like you overdosed or something. That's true. They take out a lot of people like that.
Right.
They drug their asses up and make it seem like they died on an overdose, man. But that's when you don't got the person don't have a hedge on them over them. You know,
Right.
the Lord
He,
protecting them, the angels.
it says so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise,
Uh-huh.
their new world order.
Yep, their new world order. Our enterprise is crowned with success. Because a new world order is basically it's like a corporate takeover of all the enterprises around the world. Like America is it's a business. It's a corporation. You know.
It says a project or undertaking,
Uh-huh.
typically one that is difficult or requires effort.
And that's right. That new world order require effort. That's why we see on a dollar bill, you had as a piece of it at the top of the pyramid. It's not complete yet. They put all these steps into place to bring about this thing, man. They had to wait for technology for certain things. The MOTB, that they had to wait for that. They had to wait for the first industrial revolution, the second one, electronics. You know what I mean? They had to wait for certain stores of data, the transistor, other things to take place. The computer to be invented. They needed certain steps to happen before they brought it about, because with the MOTB, that number is a code. It has to be coded. So you have to let's say for instance, you know, John Doe. John Doe, his I don't know, Leonard Smith or something. His if he's getting scanned, it's talking about his medical records, his criminal history, his credit, his medical records. All of that has to happen instant. And with that, it has that information is coded. You know what I mean? It's programmed.
Yeah.
That's that data, all of that. You have that thing has to be coded. It's a number of a man. 666.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
You take up the wise in their own craftiness, man. So they're gonna be taken out of power, man. That snare that he set for the nations, it is ultimately leading to his destruction. He's basically digging his own grave, and the Lord gonna put him in it.
It says, he taketh the wise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. In the counsel of the froward, he carried headlong.
Carry headlong. So they're gonna be snatched out of their rulership. All right, and the Lord gonna take them out of their rulership when He returns with the angels on a chariot. All right, from the third heaven to the fourth dimension. It's gonna happen. That's why Esau's prepping for that.
It says, but he saveth the poor from the sword in their mouth. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he saved the poor.
They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope at noonday, in the noonday as the night.
So that's right. So they're the rulers of darkness. They're practicing everything, their witchcraft, and implementing these laws and legislations to bring about this new world order, man. All right. They're constantly they can't sleep unless they implement all of these tasks.
Yeah.
All right. It was basically they probably get 4 hours of sleep if that. They constantly they're around the clock trying to bring this new world order about. And the men of the Lord on around the clock condemning this place through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
It says, but he saveth the poor from the sword.
He saveth the poor as the poor. The nation of Israel starting with the elect. He saveth the poor, the elect, from the sword. Who's elect? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You have an elect out of every tribe.
Shall I take over?
Huh? Okay, cut. So that's right. So I'm we'll get some scriptures. They're gonna destroy themselves. Esau gonna destroy itself, man. So I'm gonna get Matthew 12 and 20 and 26. This is Matthew. Salah. Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. Yeah, the adversary is divided against himself, the so-called white man, all right? Esau.
Mhm.
They're divided amongst each other, man. Even though they have a one plan to bring about their new world order, they're still divided. All right. You have Russia against America, against the harlot, against NATO and the EU. All right. So they're also against Israel. Well, you got them scummakites over there, them imposters.
Right.
So it says, and if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? It can't stand. It won't stand. All right. So they're not in agreement. So their empire is going to crumble. All right. They set up to destroy themselves, to help destroy themselves. All right.
Back to Job chapter 5, verse 16. It
Okay.
says, so the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth.
Yeah, the poor have hope. We have hope that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us and share his kingdom with us. We have hope we're going to be delivered. We have hope we're the elect of the nation of Israel. We have hope that we are Israelites, and we believe we are. All right? Because we don't have the records to go all the way back. So you have to have faith. You have to have faith. All right? In this thing, in this truth, man. All right?
It says, for he maketh sore. It says, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth.
Yeah, happy
There-
is a man that the Lord corrected, because we're being corrected and we're being punished. Basically, we're suffering now, so that when the world suffers, we don't partake in that.
Right. So it says, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
Yeah, we're not despising it. We don't hate it, and we're not blaming the Lord. We're not blaming the Most High and Yahweh Shai. We're not blaming Yahweh and Yahweh Shai for our condition. We blame ourselves for our condition.
Right.
All right. We not blaming the Most High. We're not trying to curse the Most High like Esau does,
Mm-hmm.
like niggas do sometimes. We not on it. We not on that time. So we know why we're in this condition. All right. So that bring us peace there, knowing like, yo, why we in this situation. We know why we're in it now. And now we pray for forgiveness and we do the work. And also we're being purified by catching this hell.
And it says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
Yeah, we're not despising the chastening of the Almighty. We're not jealous of what these other nations have. We know it's their time. The Lord is fair. So he let these other nations rule, give them a chance of rulership, which is a part of our punishment. And we all right with that.
It says, for he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands are make whole. He
That's
shall
right.
deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
And 7 is completion. So Lord willing, we're gonna be delivered and protected during that time. And some of us have to be martyrs, and we just pray we have the spirit to go through whatever the Lord put us through. All right.
Right.
And we just take it cheerfully. All right.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee, in famine, he shall redeem thee from death.
And then
And in,
famine. So there's going to be a nationwide famine. First a citywide, a statewide, a nationwide, then a global famine. That's the plan, is to starve the people out.
in famine he shall redeem thee from death.
And
And,
redeem thee from death. All right? Deliver thee from death.
and in war from the power of the sword.
And in war from the power of the sword. All right? Because these elites, they done deemed everyone that's not a part of them as enemy combatants, as enemies of the state or whatever.
Mhm.
All right? Everyone. So they deemed everyone, and they're gonna do a cleansing. Or they're gonna they plan on annihilating most of the nations in the worldwide population to better rule and govern the people that remain, to be serfs, which they consider everyone slaves anyway.
So it says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
That's right. So we're gonna laugh. The Lord gonna give us that bold spirit, Lord willing. We're gonna be protected, have hedges on us, and we're gonna know that the end of this is the very end. You know, salvation. While the world is going mad, man, because they don't believe in the Most High, and they trust in the so-called white man and Egypt for their help, and the rulers that be wherever they are in the world. So we already know the Lord put us on to what's going on. All right, the Lord set up the apostles, the bishops, the elders on down the rank, so we know what's going on.
Well, my fault. It
Oh no,
says, it says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
yeah, we're
For
not afraid. You could, we're not afraid. Listen, the Lord give us what to speak, what to say, and the information in the Bible to go out. We fear Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. So whatever the so-called white man, whatever he got planned, we don't care about. That's what we already know Esau clips people for bringing out information, but that don't apply to us. We don't care. You know? That's why we out there bold, you know what I mean? It's not us, it's the Lord that give us that spirit, you know?
mhm.
You
So
know,
it
because
says,
I don't know about we could say like I didn't like public speaking and talking amongst crowds, but now bringing out the word, we could go out in front of millions of people, which the unicorn make a speaker in front of millions of people already. You
mhm.
know, the internet. So it's not a we coming out bringing the truth. So it's not a problem. You know.
So it says, as for destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither
Uh-huh.
shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for
Yeah,
thou shalt be in league with stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
that's right. So the animals gonna have that. The animals once again gonna be at peace with us. All right.
So it says, you will be at peace with stones on the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. Um, and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace,
Yeah,
and
how
thou,
our nation is gonna be at we're gonna be at peace.
and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit it, thy habitation, it shall not sin.
Yeah,
Thou
we're not.
shalt,
we're not gonna go off anymore. You know, we're gonna have the fleshly heart. We're gonna be reprogrammed.
Right. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy offspring as the grass of the earth.
Like the grass of the earth, the sands of the sea. We're gonna be you you can't measure how much how large of a nation we're gonna be, a people. That's why we're gonna inhabit the other planets and these other galaxies, man. That's the mansions of the Most High. These galaxies, all right.
So it says, thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy offspring shall be as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in full age, like as a shock of corn cometh up in his season.
Yes,
Lo,
you know we don't even live a full day anymore. So we,
no,
we already know we're not in the kingdom, and the righteous are not ruling right now. Because a full day is 1,000 years. We
right.
don't even live a full day. But in the kingdom, we're gonna be immortal.
So it says, like a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this we have searched it, so it is here, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good.
That's right. So pretty soon, man. Pretty soon we're gonna be changed, man. We're gonna be in the kingdom. All right. But we just gotta go over this small period, this short period of purgatory that's almost up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 10. Yahweh breaketh the counsel of the heathen to naught.
Yeah, the council of the heathen to naught. So they're gonna be destroyed. All right, they're gonna be destroyed. And you know, Sirach 10 and 8. But we can get that in a minute. The
Mhm.
council, they have secret councils together to further destroy the nation of Israel, to ensure their rule and their new world order, man. They have these secret meetings. All right.
Sirach 12 and what?
Sirach 10 and 8.
Oh, 10 and 8.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have secret meetings, these heathen nations, man. To further rule, bring about their new world order, destroy the nation of Israel, and on a small time note, keep us under subjection to all of these nations while they parasite off of us and basically we're the consumers.
Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 8.
Mhm.
Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit.
Unrighteous dealings. What are these unrighteous dealings? Rape, robbery, murder, slavery, economic injustice towards the nation of Israel, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Injuries. Oh, you got it out.
It says, because of injuries and dealings. I
Yeah,
said, unrighteous dealings.
unrighteous dealings. Yo, look, police brutality bonds,
Mm-hmm.
the prison stocks from the prison industrial industry. Them their investments on our birth certificates, social
Yeah.
security cards. All right. Economic injustice. Once again, they have the loot. They got inside information on business dealings that we don't have. Information we don't have. The nation of Israel don't have. Those unrighteous dealers. Injuries. They've gotten rich off the slave trade, drug
Mm-hmm.
trade, taking this land from the northern kingdoms, enslaving the northern and southern kingdom, not
Mm-hmm.
restoring what they've took and what they gained. Riches got by the sea, drug trade, slave trade.
Mm-mm-mm. So it said injuries and riches gotten by the sea.
Uh-huh.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
The kingdom is transferred. Their rulership is transferred from one people to another. From the so-called white man, these heathen nations, to Yahweh, Shai, which and the nation of Israel, joint heirs. Unrighteous dealings, that's why. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but the righteous are not in authority. Because no one's rejoicing except for them 13 families, man, them banking families.
Mm-hmm.
Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and the other names, because they change, they switch up so much. So we just got to go by the known ones, right out?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the known ones. Yeah, so they they own the Federal Reserve. They determine world policy, what's going on in what nation. All right. They got the wealth going way back to the ancient world, man. They got all the jewels, the jewels, the precious stones, the
Right.
mineral resources. They're in control. They have it all. All right, because all of the gold and silver and precious stones and rubies, gems, and jewelry and things we had, our temples and all of that, Solomon's gold, it just didn't disappear. They have it. You know what I mean? They have it.
Yeah.
So when you say 500 trillion, man, they worth more than that. They got
Mm-hmm.
more than that. I'm telling you, they got all the ancient world wealth. They have it. It didn't
Right.
disappear. It was transferred to them, and pretty soon Yahweh Shah gonna snatch all of that back. And he gonna break us off with some of it, you know?
What's that, Job? Yep. This is the
Oh, he
book of
shall vomit
Job,
up.
Job chapter 20, verse 15. It says, He has swallowed down riches,
You got
and
swallowed down riches. Who swallowed down riches? We're talking about swallowing down riches. They ain't talking about no damn fiat. Who swallowed down riches? The so-called white man, Esau, starting with the leader of them. You got it out.
he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
He shall vomit them up again. Vomiting is a violent act. All right. Or he gonna vomit them up. They're gonna be taken from him by the Lord. Everything he have, he's just holding it right now for the Lord, man. Because he's gonna lose it all. You know, you remember the movie Trading Places, what Eddie Murphy said. The thing to hurt a wealthy person is to take their money.
Take his money.
Yeah. That might hurt him worse than the slavery, man. He gonna go to having everything to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the first fruits of slavery. So they're going straight in. They're going to escape the destruction just to be tortured.
Right.
Man,
He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
cast him out of his belly. So all the wealth he has, he's going to lose. He been eating no longer. He been eating for a minute. He got fat while we starved, man. You know?
Yeah.
He been living good, man. He been living great. He had a great life, man. Excellent life, man. Word.
Mm. Yeah, he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
Yeah.
Let me see something.
Yeah. He gonna vomit all the Lord gonna take all everything he have. He gonna lose everything, man. And that's why they trying to hurry up with this new world order, man. They trying to silence us. You
Yeah.
know, they trying to move in with this global martial law. All right, because they're tired of the middle of Lloyd, man. All right,
I like that terminology.
what happened? Oh,
Global martial law.
yeah,
The
yeah,
CBDC.
because
Back
it's
to songs. Okay.
all right. Oh, cause America is a main spot, but other places around the world is new world orders for everyone to be under their subjection. But you got it out.
It says Psalms 33:10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
Of none effect. Their devices, their schemes will bring about their new world order, man. Fake so-called terrorist attacks, man. You know, we listen, man. The Lord gave us some information on you dudes, man. On them, who did that? Nero did that, right? Where he did a false flag attacks and blame it on the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Hitler did it with his Wagstaff. What is the Wagstaff building or whatever you call it? The Pearl Harbor thing, the 9/11 thing. So we already know they can have pretty much do attacks and blame it on us. You know, so we know they do that. The financial collapse to bring about the MOTB, health things with outbreaks they can use to bring about that war, another method of war. We under attack. Once again, war. So all of these things can happen at once too. They could do all of these things back to back to bring about this thing. You know? So you already know what is you have read where it says he maketh devices of the people of none effect. Their schemes to bring about their new world order. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. Yeah, their counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Their counsel, all of these so-called enlightened ones, man, these light bearers, they're gonna be on the left-hand side. They're gonna be brought to naught.
It says, he maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of Yahweh standeth forever.
That's right, the counsel, the righteous counsel. Oh, you got it.
The thoughts of his heart to all generations.
To all generations, all right? So the nation of Israel is gonna be lifted up. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever. All right. So the Lord's counsel will not be annihilated, man.
Right.
Or done away with. All right.
So it says the counsel of Yahweh standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
Thoughts of his heart to all generations. That's the nation of Israel, all right?
Yeah. Blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh.
That's right. So, blessed is the nation. That's the nation of Israel, Zion, monument. All right. That's why these heathens hate us. That's why the so-called white man and all the nations outside of the nation of Israel, they hate us in their spirit. They hate us, man. They have no life in them and they're dead. They hate us. And they do anything for us not to move up.
Truth.
Because if we were so inferior, why do they attack our nation in the womb?
Yeah.
What's that about? With these injections in order to go to school. Before this outbreak happened, you get me? Yeah. So they automatically trying to have us where we can't function mentally or how can I say the word escapes me, but they try to the dumb us down where we can't use critical thinking to where we can't function on an economic level, so they attack us in the womb or when we're young. But you can finish reading now.
It says, blessed is the nation whose God is the Yahweh, and the people whom he have chosen
And
for
the
his own inheritance.
people will be chosen, the elect of the nation of Israel, and the nation of Israel, period, man. All right, is the chosen nation. These other nations are spittle, a drop of a bucket, man.
hmm
All right.
It says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh, and the people whom he have chosen for his own
For
inheritance."
his own inheritance. All right, because these heathens, man, they bastards, man. The Most High doesn't consider them his children.
Yeah,
All right, so they naturally hate the nation of Israel, man. They just naturally hate you. All right, it has nothing to do with criminal background, this and that, man. You could be in Esau's eye or their eyes, you could be a straight up upright citizen, man, and they hate you anyway. All right, don't matter how you dress, whether you got suit and tie on, or dungaree suit or sweatpants and shit. They
right.
hate you anyway. It don't matter. Oh, you dress is how you dress. That's bullshit, man. They hate you anyway. All right.
It says, "The Lord looketh from heaven; he beholdeth all the sons of men. From
That's
the
right.
place of his habitation, he looketh upon all the habitants of the earth. He fashioned their hearts alike. He considered all their works. There is no king save by the multitude of an host,
That's
a
right. There's
mighty
no.
man
Uh huh.
not delivered by much strength."
Yeah. So it doesn't depend on your army or your strength. It's the Lord who protects and who lifts you up. All right.
It says, um, a horse and horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Yeah. So only the Lord deliver. Man doesn't deliver himself. The Lord does. The Lord protects you. The Lord gives you your so-called skill, all right? Your intellect or your strategic moves. It's not of you, all right?
It
That's what
says,
yep, and the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of the men, and the Lord lift up who he want to lift up and deliver who he want to deliver. It's not of mankind or his strength.
and a horse is a vain thing for safety,
That's
neither
right.
shall he,
Your vehicles or whatever your resources, whatever you have, your weapons is a vain thing. It doesn't deliver you.
it says, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Yeah, men is not delivered from they by their great strength. It's the Lord that delivers.
Behold, the eye of Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon
Right?
them that hope in his mercy.
It's the men of the Lord that fear the Lord and have hope and faith. All right. How do you fear the Lord? By keeping the commandments, rehearsing the righteous acts, and you have to be a part of the elect. But that's who fears the Lord, man. And the elect fear the Lord, and the elect gonna be protected.
It says, Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him,
Uh-huh.
upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
Delivering them from death. It's gonna be death is gonna follow. It's a shadow here, man. And to keep them alive, even in famine, man, because there's gonna be a global in a world, there's gonna be a nationwide and a global famine. We used to mention here and there, we always mention that them executive orders is a takeaway farmland, food, and resources, man.
Right.
That's always been a way of Esau starving people out. That's one of the tactics he liked to use, man. Starving large populations, starving them out. So you always have people, yo, we're gonna go against Esau. You don't have the weapons or the resources or the food, man. You can starve your ass out. You know what I mean?
It says, I'm sorry. It
Go ahead.
says, behold the eye of the Lord upon him that fear him,
Mhm.
upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death, and to keep them alive from in famine.
And to keep them alive in famine. So the men of the Lord is going to be kept alive in the famine. You always see famine in the scriptures because there's going to be a nationwide and a global famine, man. And people going to feel it hard in America, man. Because America has been so-called shielded from what's going on in the world, a false sense of security. Like, you know, in these other nations, they constantly hearing the noise of bombs going off, and and famines throughout the world. Them people be feeling it, but people don't feel it like that here in America. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yo, even like I remember a thing you used to have free lunch and shit like that when we was young. You remember?
Yep.
And things like that, man. Yo, look, man, it's gonna get real crazy out here, man. You know, it's gonna get real crazy here, man. In
Mm-hmm.
America, man, people gonna be starved out to where they're gonna have groups of people hunting other people to eat, man.
And the Lord is going to shield his elect from all of that.
Yeah, the luck gonna be shielded from that.
It says, our soul waited for Yahweh. He is our help and our shield.
Yeah, the Lord is our hope and our shield, man.
It says, for our heart shall rejoice in him because we have trusted in the holy name.
Yeah, mine. We have trusted in the holy name. Name. It's that name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you always keep hearing name. So the Lord has a name. His name is Yahweh Shai, and the Most High is Yahweh. They have a name, and it's crazy. Even though we near in the end, the world still doesn't know his name.
Right.
You know. But the men of the Lord willing we the elect, we promote the names.
It says, for our heart shall rejoice in him because we have trusted in his holy name.
How you gonna trust in a holy name? You gonna promote the name and trust. And to have trust, that means you're not gonna take the vampire juice, you know, that's in these syringes. You're not gonna take the karagma, because if you're not gonna take that, that means you was elect and you trust in the Lord. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So it says, let thy mercy, O Yahweh, be upon us, according as we hope in thee.
So we're hoping for to have that mercy, and we have faith. We're gonna obtain that mercy, Lord willing. Okay,
Come
and we constantly have faith because we know that that MOTB is gonna be forced, man, and we hope that we have the spirit. Because if it's up to us, we're not gonna accept that. But it's not up to us; it's up to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to give us the spirit to not take that.
right.
Because we could easily say, yeah, I mean, like, if it's up to me, it's up to us. Oh, fuck that. We ain't taking that shit. But we got to be given that spirit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to be given that spirit. Our loved ones' heads in the guillotine, or they threatening us to have us in one of them ovens or whatever. You know Esau's, he's fucking twisted. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not gonna be that easy to where it's a gun to your face. And that's too easy. You know what I mean? That's too easy. I don't think it'd be that easy. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it'd be that easy. We gotta be tested. So yeah, so you see that Karagma right there. Pictures is everywhere, man.
Hmm.
I mean, yo, you if it's 2023, man, you don't 2023, and you don't see what this Karagma is, man. You paid off, or you just plain fucking idiot, man. You know?
Right.
Come on, man. No one's that stupid, man. I bet I could go to my nephew probably. He 10. I got a couple nephews, but you know,
Hmm.
I could go to one of them and be like, yo, look at what this is. This Karagma. Explain it to him, and then go on and go on in a scripture and say, do you believe this is that? And show him in the detail how we go, and he'll be like, yeah. You know what I mean? And I haven't done that, but I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just know he had that common sense to be like, you go to the straight breakdown, Karagma and this and that. He'd be like, nah, that's what that is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Shit. And I could show my 7-year-old nephew. He'd be like, this is this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I mean, come on, man. You know? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, brother. I'm getting a
All right,
little tired.
yeah, I know I was blabbering a lot, but
Nah, you good, man. You did your thing.
you know, so we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
can wrap up, brother.
all right, come. So you know, with that, I like to say give all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahshua, Ba'ashem,
Hashem Kadash. Double
Wakakadash.
honors to the apostles, the elders, and honors to Akim and GMS pushing truth out and sincerity. All right. I was trying to get both of my hands. I think the camera's crazy, you know,
No,
the laptop or whatever, you
that
know.
better?
I'm in a tight spot. Oh yeah, kind of. It's good. But the water again for having me on your channel. You know, the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.